Let's dive right in. We're going to explore a question that honestly affects all of us, especially when we're shopping for beauty or personal care stuff. What really makes you trust a brand? And as we're about to see, it goes so much deeper than just a cool logo or a catchy ad.
Oh, we've all been there, haven't we? That sinking feeling. You see something like that, a sudden problem like hair fall, and it's personal. It's frustrating. And in that moment, you're not just looking for any old product, are you? You're looking for a solution you can actually truly trust.
So, picture this. You're standing in that aisle, just surrounded by shelves packed with bottles, and every single one is promising you the world. What makes you reach for one over all the others? What's that secret ingredient? That's the big question we're tackling today.
All right, so let's start at the very beginning. What is the bedrock that brand trust is really built on in today's world? It might not be what you think.
See, it used to be pretty simple. If a product worked, that was enough. But not anymore. These days, we're all looking deeper. We want to see a brand's soul, you know? What does it actually stand for? Is it sustainable? Is it inclusive? Is it totally upfront about how it does things? Aligning with your values, that's the real starting line for earning genuine, long-lasting trust.
Okay, so now let's see where the rubber really meets the road, because all those values get tested, and it often comes down to one really powerful thing: how a brand treats your words. You know, when a brand asks to use your review or your story, it's not enough to just get a quick, yeah, sure. Real trust is built on being crystal clear. This 5-step process, it's all about respect. It says, hey, we value your voice and we're going to handle it with care. It's all about clarity and giving you, the customer, complete control. And this just lays it all out, doesn't it? The difference between being honest and being manipulative. I mean, fixing a typo, totally fine. But twisting someone's words to sound better, or even worse, burying the negative parts of a review, that just destroys trust. The main takeaway here is simple. Authenticity always wins over some kind of fake perfection. Real stories just hit different.
So, we've talked theory, values, ethics, all that good stuff. But the biggest test for any brand is whether it can solve a real-world problem. So let's look at a powerful example that millions of people are dealing with every single day.
For so many people in Pakistan, that horrible feeling we talked about in the beginning, it's not actually from genetics or stress. It's something in the environment, hard water. This water is just loaded with minerals, and it's like a hidden enemy for your hair. And you can bet people are desperately searching for a brand they can trust to fix this very specific, very frustrating problem.
So how exactly does hard water do its dirty work? Well, the first threat is basically a chemical reaction. The minerals in the water mix with your shampoo and create this sticky gunk. And that stuff doesn't just make your hair feel gross and dull, it literally clogs your pores and suffocates the hair follicle, stopping new growth right in its tracks.
And it gets worse. That same mineral gunk builds up and forms a barrier, like a little wall, around every single strand of your hair. So all those expensive conditioners and hair masks you're using, yeah, they can't get through. They can't do their job. Your hair is basically starved for moisture, which makes it super brittle, and it starts snapping off. It looks like hair fall, but a lot of it is just extreme breakage.
And here's the most serious threat, the one that happens over the long haul. Those mineral deposits can build up right on your scalp and start to restrict blood flow to the hair follicles. Without that crucial circulation bringing in nutrients, the hair root gets weaker and weaker until eventually the hair just falls out. It's a huge problem that needs a very specific, trustworthy solution.
Okay, so faced with a problem as big as that, how does a person, especially in this market, actually make a choice? What are the really deep down factors that drive their decisions? Well, some research gives us some pretty fascinating answers.
A recent study really dug into the psychology of female consumers in Pakistan who are looking for halal-certified cosmetics. And this model you see on your screen, it comes from that study. It's basically a map of all the different pressures and beliefs that are going on in their minds. It just goes to show you how complex the decision to trust a brand and buy a product really is.
Now, here's what's so interesting about what this study found. The things that really drive a purchase are incredibly personal. Things like, can I even find this product easily? Does it line up with my spiritual and personal values? And do I just have a good feeling about it? But what's really surprising is what doesn't have a strong impact. Peer pressure from friends and family, not so much. It's way less about what other people think and way more about your own personal conviction and just, can you actually get your hands on it?
Okay, this brings us to our final and maybe the most important piece of the puzzle. This is where a brand's values and a consumer's needs come face to face with the hard reality of the law.
Look, a brand can talk about its mission and values all day long, but if it's not being transparent in the ways that are legally required, none of that other stuff matters. This is the baseline. The absolute bare minimum requirement for building any trust is being open and honest in the way that regulators demand.
And in Pakistan, those laws are super clear. A cosmetic label isn't just marketing space, it's a legal document. It has to say exactly who made the product, how to get in touch with them, and, most importantly, the full ingredient list in order from most to least. This isn't just a friendly suggestion, it's a consumer's right to know exactly what they're putting on their body.
So what's the big takeaway here? It's that trust isn't just one thing. It's this powerful moment of alignment. It's when a brand's ethics, its real understanding of a customer's problem, like the hard water issue, and its total transparency on the label all click into place. That's where the magic happens.
And that leaves us with one last question to think about. The next time you pick a product off the shelf, ask yourself, what am I really choosing here? Is it just a formula in a bottle? Or am I buying into a whole system of values, ethics, and transparency that I can actually trust?